on the Via Blanca Highway. Rayon factory in Matanzas. Cuba started to manufacture rayon only 7 years ago. In 1953, production amounted to approximately 10,000 tons, of which 2,500 was rayon yarn. Total output of Henneken in 1954 amounted to 33 million pounds, of which some 15 million pounds were exported to the United States and Canada. There are at present 11 modern Henneken plants in Cuba like this one at Matanzas. A sugar mill. The sugar industry accounts for 81% of the island's exports, utilizes 30% of its soil and 70% of its transportation, and represents from 30 to 40% of the national income. Sugar output in 1955 was 4,396,000 long tons. Cardenas, on the north coast of Matanzas, is one of the large alcohol distilling centers of Cuba. The very up-to-date electric plant in Matanzas is the largest and most colorful in Cuba, in the mountains near Cienfuegos, Las Villas province. Marta Abreu University, on the outskirts of Santa Clara. Founded less than 4 years ago, it has already accomplished some very creditable scientific and cultural work for the country. The new Orfelio Ramos Hotel at Santa Clara. New hotels are mushrooming all over the island. In Manacas, near Santo Domingo, we see a modern brewery which, together with other new industries, has enriched his central part of Cuba. New tanneries, like this one at Caibarien, tan some 700,000 hides every year throughout the island. The province of Las Villas has 3 important fishing centers, Cienfuegos, Isabela de Sagua, and this one at Caibarien. Total value of the 1954 fishing production was about 5 million pesos. 80% of the striped tunny and tunny fish consumed in Cuba is fished locally. The island, with its 69 ports and some 1,600 quays along its coastline, offers unusual opportunities for the expansion of the fishing industry. The modern, lovely city of Cienfuegos, Jagua Bay, serene in its vastness, lies between colorful mountains and trees of dark green, as if Mother Nature had designed to protect it from the fury of the elements. Cienfuegos has 2 electric plants, an old one way. Monument to the patriot Ignacio Agramonte, who coined the famous phrase, "To fight for the liberty of Cuba, the arms of honest purpose are sufficient." New hospital under construction in Camagüey. The famous orange groves in Ceballos, where fertility is increased through the efficient use of irrigation powered by electricity. Orange output in 1953 amounted to 2 million crates. In the numerous ranches of the Camagüey Plains are to be found the best pasture lands on the island. Camagüey is the largest cattle raising province of Cuba. Total value of the Cuban cattle industry is estimated at about 100 million pesos. The value of annual consumption of the various products derived from the cattle industry is estimated as follows. Meat, 64 million pesos. Cheese, 3.5 million pesos. Hides, 3 million pesos. 90% of Cuban farms raise cattle. In 1954, Cuba produced a total of 1,200 boxes of condensed milk, and the yearly value of the dairy industry output exceeds 100 million pesos. Modern sawmills like this one in Camagüey turn out 20% of the wood used in the country. The warehouses and workshops of the Consolidated Railroads of Cuba are located in the city of Camagüey. A heavy traffic of modern trains moves through the Camagüey station. The Camagüey Electric Station, Santiago de Cuba, cradle of rebellion and patriotic heroism. Padre Pico Street, one of the oldest of the capital of Oriente province. The Cuban natural scenery changes entirely in its easternmost province. The majesty and ruggedness of its geography are impressive. The Moro Castle at the top of Santiago de Cuba Bay. Jose Marti's tombstone in Santa Ifigenia Cemetery. House where Antonio Maceo was born. Maceo was the greatest of Cuban warriors. San Juan Hill, battlefield of the Spanish-American War. Historical fort at San Juan Hill. Tomb of the unknown soldier. Monument to the glory of the victorious Cuban warrior. Tasteful mangoes of El Caney, the most delicious of the many Cuban varieties. The young University of Oriente, with a deep sense of its mission for the cultural progress and development of Cuba, is concentrating its activities on science, convinced of the importance of scientific training and research for the benefit of the nation, but without losing sight of spiritual, ethical, and civic values as well. The fame of Cuban rum is worldwide. The old Bacardi plant in Santiago de Cuba is the largest rum factory in the country. Exportation of this product increases every year. Modern cement factory in Santiago de Cuba. Output for the whole island in 1954 reached 2.5 million barrels, equivalent to 70% of the country's consumption and almost double that of 8 years ago. Oriente has its own network, independent of the central system, which serves the territory from Campechuela to Guantanamo. Its 3 electric plants in Santiago, Manzanillo, and Guaso have a total generating capacity of 26,800 kilowatts. In Santiago, 2 units of 5,000 kilowatts each have been installed recently, and in the near future, work will begin on an 8th unit of 10,000 kilowatts, which will cost around 3 million pesos, and which it is hoped will be in operation by July 1957. And so, friends, you have seen the enormous strides made by Cuba in recent years and the important role played in such progress by Cuban Electric Company, which supplies more than 90% of all the electric power used in Cuba. Over the past 9 years, the company has invested nearly 100 million pesos in new facilities to meet the growing demands of the country. Today, it has a total generating capacity of 267,000 kilowatts, which ought to be increased to approximately 380,000 kilowatts by 1960. But to continue the adequate financing of its vast expansion program, Cuban Electric needs the cooperation of the Cuban people through their participation in the purchase of the company's first mortgage bonds. These bonds possess 5 important characteristics. First, they bear an annual interest rate of 5%. Second, they are guaranteed by the solid security of all of the company's properties, valued at over 225 million pesos. Third, the interest coupons are paid promptly. Fourth, the bonds are listed on the Havana Stock Exchange and therefore are easy to sell in the open market. And fifth, they may be conveniently used as security for loans. Yes, it's hard to find a better investment or one that offers as many attractive features as the first mortgage bonds of Cuban Electric Company. These bonds can be purchased through any broker member of the Havana Stock Exchange or from the firm of Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner and Bean, or at any of the offices of Cuban Electric Company.
Esos campos de mi Cuba soberana, cuando voy por esos campos de mi Cuba soberana, no sé qué cosa admirar, si es el monte o la sabana. Eso es mi Cuba, óiganlo bien mis hermanos, un paraíso es mi Cuba, óiganlo bien mis hermanos, a mí me encantan, me privan tantos tesoros cubanos, a mí me encantan, me privan tantos tesoros cubanos.
Nuestras hermosas campiñas, cuando el alba la ilumina y resplandecen los montes, alumbrados por el sol, que dulce trina el sinsonte. y alegre canta el zorzal por follajes de esmeralda allá por el Maniguá.
Qué linda es la alborada que primó cuando asoma en las montañas.
Y qué linda se ven las mañanas con los rayitos del sol.
Como el arrullo de palmas en la llanura, como el trinar del sinsonte en la espesura, como del río apacible el lírico rumor, como el azul del cielo, así es mi amor. Eres tú la mujer que reina en mi corazón, dulce bien que soñó mi apasionada ilusión. Flor carnal, eres tú de mi jardín ideal, trigueña y hermosa, cual musa, gentil de cálida tierra tropical. Tu mirar,
hay guateque en el bohío del compadre Juan Ramón. Hay guateque en el bohío del compadre Juan Ramón. Ya está en la puya el lechón, ya está llegando el gentío. Hoy viene abajo el bohío, el santo de Juan Ramón. Y llegando bailadora con maíz por los caminos atacados. Y llegando bailadora con maíz por los caminos atacados. Hoy luce en su guayabera su polaina y su machete. Hoy luce en su guayabera su polaina y su machete. Los guajiros a la sitiera que engalana